We welcome you to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. This time out, we're going to present to you three great fiction reads that are all very highly recommended. The very first book is Shiver by ALLIE Reynolds. This is published by Putnam and it retails for $36. This is the debut novel from ALLIE Reynolds. She is a former snowboarder, and you know she's a snowboarder because the book looks at people who are snowboarders. And it's actually a reunion in the French Alps of five friends. One of the friends, Saskara, which is a great name, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, Saskara or Saskara, she disappeared 10 years ago without a trace during a snowboarding competition. And now the friends have gathered in the Alps. They have all been told to come there. Now the five people are Milla, who narrates the entire novel. There is also Brent and Curtis, who is Saskara's brother, and Heather and Dale, who are dating. The five people show up. There's no one else there in the Alps, so it's sort of a ominous, scary little place there. And suddenly, everyone's cell phone and computers goes missing. So you know something's up. Somebody is taking everybody's ways of communication. And there's a lot of creepy moments in the book. Open windows and doors opening, and it's almost like a ghost story, but there's no... Well, in a way, there's a ghost. There's a ghost of Saskara who vanished. Is she alive somehow? Is her ghost come to haunt them all for justice? So it's a creepy tale. It's very well written. Like I said, this is ALLIE Reynolds' debut novel, and it is a sign of things to come. If this is a sign of her writing potential, look out, world, because we're going to get a lot more great books from this talented newcomer. So if you want to have a few shivers while reading a book, read Shiver. You definitely will not be able to put it down. The second book of interest this week is Serpentine by Jonathan Kellerman. This is book 36 in the Alex Delaware series. Those who have followed the life of Alex Delaware, noted psychologist, have found a most interesting character. The stories are very low-key. There's no wild shoot-'em-out times. It's more the psychological aspect of murder. And once again, Alex Delaware is teamed with Los Angeles Police Department Homicide Lieutenant Milo Sturgis. The two make a great team. And once again, they need their street smarts as a girl, Ellie Baker, has come and to them, and she wants closure in the death of her mother 36 years ago. Her mother was Dorothy Swoboda. Her body was found in a burnt-out car. She had been shot, and police really could not find any suspects. They had no information. Well, they had information to go on, but it led nowhere. So now the daughter has come 36 years later asking Sturgis and Delaware to see if they can get answers once and for all. So the two start talking to people who knew Dorothy Swoboda, who were part of the situation all those years ago. And there's a lot of interesting characters too, which you always find in a Jonathan Kellerman book. And we find out that there are suspicious people. And soon there are other murders that take place. And it makes you wonder if the killer has come back or if someone new is trying to stop the investigation because they don't want the answers finally to come out. So in true Jonathan Kellerman fashion, the tension is there. Like I said, it's very low-key. It's character-driven, which is what all Alex Delaware books are. But Jonathan Kellerman you won't get tired of a Jonathan Kellerman book, especially in the Alex Delaware series. Even though the series has been going for nearly 40 years, you always look forward to the latest Jonathan Kellerman book. And Serpentine, which by the way is published by Ballantine, and it retails for $38.99, is a book you definitely cannot go wrong reading. And the final book of interest this week is Dear Miss KOPP by AMY STEWART. This is published by Mariner, and it retails for $23.99. It is book 6 in the very popular KOPP Sisters series. These books are based on actual sisters who were alive in the earlier part of the 20th century. And they're a most fascinating trio of girls. And AMY STEWART has really brought them to life. She brings us, well, actually, she takes us back to the early part of the 20th century. And we feel we've stepped into a time machine. And it is a really, really good book. This book looks at the three KOPP sisters as World War I has broken out. And each sister is doing something for the war effort. Florette is part of a touring entertainment troupe who goes around to entertain the troops. She is touring with May Ward and her 8 Dresden dolls. And she's trying to keep morale high by going around to all the army bases. The other sister, Constance, works for the Bureau of Investigations, and she is hunting down potential German spies in America. So she really has her work cut out for them because there is fear that the Germans have infiltrated the U.S. So she is really out to hunt them down to make sure the Germans don't spread their evil within the confines of America. And the third sister, Norma, is in France. Her main claim to fame is she has trained a lot of homing pigeons to take notes, to help with the war effort. Now, her actions are not treated as they should be. She's doing something for, the world to help with the war effort, but some look at her and they think, homing pigeons? So her actions are actually, she questions her own actions as to, is she really helping? So the book is written through the three sisters sending letters to one another all during the war. And it's a different sort of dialogue with the three explaining what's going on, how they feel, how the war effort's going. So this is another unique book in the KOPP Sister series. So if you're looking for a different sort of tale, this is definitely it, and highly recommended along with the other two. So those are the 3 books this week that I wanted to draw to your attention. Hopefully when you're at your local bookstore, you will seek them out because they are definitely books that you should add to your library. So once again, stay social distancing. I thank you for your time. I welcome your comments. And once again, stay safe, stay sane, and stay in touch. Bye for now.